Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name's Raymond, and today I'm going to play a solo game of Sanctuary: The Keeper's Era by Tabula Games. And maybe you've seen my other playthrough or my review of this game. I've reviewed the 1 versus 1 game, which is basically the standard game that you can play, but you can also play this solo. And I did a playthrough with a bit of a rules explanation recently as well. And this time I've chosen to, play it again with 2 different factions. So I'm not going to explain the rules this time. You can find those in the other video. I did make a small sheet here with the general rules and the turn order, so you can follow along a bit. And I am going to play 2 factions from the Lands of Dawn box, which is that one over there. And I'm going to play the Antar versus the Ganto. I do not have the other corruptor. I only have this one, Nenzath, which comes in this box, I believe. But yeah, this is still a prototype, so this is all I have. So everything you see here is still a prototype. The text and the rules can still change slightly if necessary. They're still, doing play tests. And so it is currently still on Kickstarter, so you can find it on Kickstarter if you click the eye in the corner of this video there, or the link in the description below. And that will take you to the Kickstarter, and you can check that out and still pledge if you'd like to. And I'll just get started right away. I've chosen these 3 sanctuaries to have on my side, and this one I decided to not use in this game. So I'm flipping this over, and that will be the spot where I put my crystal stash. And I've shuffled these decks. This is a pre-constructed deck for the AI as well, which has no rituals, and a few acolytes are removed too, and also no champion. This is my champion. It says Judge of the Antar, Judge with a J, but that's a typo, which has already been corrected. So if you noticed that, don't worry, it's been corrected. And I haven't played these 2 against each other yet. I'm playing in normal mode, as you can see. So this might go very wrong. I hope not. So I'll draw my 4 cards to start, and we shall see how it goes. So let's see what I have in my hand. I've got the Inscrutable Queen's Acolyte, which is a 2/2 creature, and that lets me draw a card for each exhausted enemy unit on this lane. Interesting. Okay. So when exactly does that happen? This is interesting. I haven't seen this one before. Draw a card for each exhausted enemy unit on this lane. I guess this triggers when it's activated, or maybe in the attack phase. Not sure. It doesn't say. Well, interesting. That's a good question then. So this one is a 3/2 creature that has Veil and is fierce, so it has to attack. This is a 1/1 free creature that can activate any unit when it comes into play, which is very handy. And the Ruthless Trader is a free creature for 2 damage and 1 health. And if that comes into play, gain 2 crystals if at least 1 enemy unit is exhausted. So this is one that I need to play. Well, that's actually difficult, because at the end of the enemy's turn, all his units activate. So I'm gonna have to find a way to exhaust an enemy unit before my summoning phase. Well, interesting. All right, so those are my starting cards. I'll also read what these sanctuaries do for you. So this one, when active at the end of my turn, I can exhaust an enemy unit in attack position. Well, this is attack and defense position, so it doesn't matter for the enemy. On a different lane from this one, so that or that card, basically, and I can exhaust it. So that helps with this. There we go. So, but that's at the end of my turn, so it doesn't. Well, we'll figure that out, how that works. The Garden of the 5 lets me gain 1 extra attack damage to units in this lane. That's good. And this one here, the Port of Savlar, At the end of your turn, you may return any of your units from the battlefield to your hand. So that could be useful when a card is in a position where I know it's going to die or don't want it anymore. Or maybe if it's been damaged in combat but hasn't died, well, then that wouldn't matter. Well, we'll see. This is all relatively new to me, this deck. I think I've played it once in player versus player. Well, we'll see how it goes. So the game starts, and the first card that needs to be into play is one of the constructs, and it is exhausted, and it comes into play with 2 life tokens on. So that's this one. All right. Then the enemy starts, draws 2 cards. This one is Zealous, so it starts active. It has Veil, and I can ignore this ability, but it does 3 damage, so that's pretty bad already. And this comes into play exhausted. It's a 1/1 creature. Fortunately, that Sanctuary is stronger than this one. My luck there. And it has Reaper. All right, so there we go. Okay, that was the enemy's, basically the deployment phase. Then active units attack. So this one attacks, deals 3 damage right away. 1, 2, 3. So that's not going very well. And then at the end of the turn, everything is active. Okay, then it's my turn. I gain 3 crystals on my first turn, otherwise 2. This one only costs 2. It's a 1/3 creature that has Reaper. And at the end of your turn, exhaust a unit. That's also pretty good. Maybe I want to bring that into play early. So that at least units cannot attack. Oh yeah, it's at the end of my turn. So then they can't attack, but they do reactivate. All right, let's see. So I really want to defend this Sanctuary and kill that one. I can't target it with a spell because it has Veil, and so does the Construct. But I don't have any abilities or rituals that will target something right now. Let's see. So if I play this one, I don't gain those 2 crystals, which is a bit of a shame, but it does deal 2 damage, which would kill this one, and it's free. So I could, let's just put them on the table again, just like I did last time, without making that definite choice. Let's see what else we have. The 2/2 queens, which is enough to destroy the construct, but she'd die as well. And I don't have anything stronger than 2, so yeah, they'd all die. This even gets no, when it's active, so that isn't active right now. This one gets played but not active. It's a 3/2 creature, but I have to play it in attack position. Let's see. They do defend, so I kind of want to... Oh, that has Reaper. So I kind of want to get rid of one of these before this one attacks. But, you know, I can always just play it and leave it there and not attack with it. So let's see. A 1/1 creature that activates any unit, so I could activate that one, but since I'm not going to attack with it, that's not very helpful. But this lets me draw a card for each exhausted unit, but I will draw up to 4 anyway at the end of my turn. So this, well, you know, I could draw a card and then play it right away, of course, if I draw something useful. So yeah, I might want to do that. It's a 2/2 creature, which will still get killed due to the Reaper. So I could just as well get the 1/1 creature out here and this one out here. So that would cost me 1 crystal for that one and 1 crystal for that one. So let's see, is that a good decision? I've learned from my previous game where I played the Molran that an aggressive approach does seem to work. So let's see. I could activate any unit. And this will destroy each other when that attacks. So that's at least a life point gone. This will destroy each other. So that's an Acolyte gone, which brings the Corruptor into play. And when this attacks, it will also destroy each other, so I can choose where I put the Corruptor. So I could put it there and then attack here. Yeah, that might be an idea. So let's just go with that. It's the first turn. I'll just see where that takes me. So, okay, I've played all of these cards. Since I've played this, I can, if I want to, activate this unit. But I'm not going to attack with it because that will simply be killed because of the Reaper. And I guess that was my summoning phase, so my attack phase I'll skip. And then at the end of the turn I activate everything anyway, and this all advances 1 Splendor. Okay. And then I draw back up to 4 cards. So a couple of new cards here. So these are the same. This is the Sisterhood Novice Acolyte. It's a 2/2 creature, and when she dies, she can exhaust any unit, which is handy. This one we already seen, that one. And this is the Fearless Slayer Acolyte, which when brought into play will trigger its Genesis attribute, and I will gain 1 crystal for each enemy exhausted unit on the battlefield. Okay, well, that might not be too many. Again, because when I play this, those are all active. So I'll still have to figure out when exactly that will be beneficial to me. Right now, I can't see it. Okay, so I've got those cards. I'm done. Now it's the enemy's turn. So yeah, if I had attacked, then at least then the Corruptor would have been in play, and still no cards could have been played. So I can't deploy any Acolytes at all. So I lose a card. All right. So then all enemy units attack. So these attack. Like I said, this deals lethal damage to this Acolyte, but I deal lethal damage back. So this goes to the discard pile, and so does this. So I have to remember to bring that one into play. This one attacks, and this deals equal damage back, removing 1 life point and killing this one. The Acolyte Foresighted Guardian deals 3 damage to this trader, but I deal 2 damage back. So again, they all die. This one is dead. Okay. So now a Acolyte has been killed. This is exhausted. So this comes into play, and I think I will play it here, so that on my next turn I'll be able to attack with this and destroy that node right away. That would be nice. And then this will attack, and I'll have a new Acolyte there on the enemy's next turn. So I do want to defend. I'll get 2 more crystals on my next turn. So I probably won't be able to play this one, because there won't be any exhausted units on the battlefield when I play this. But I can play all of these, so at least, you know, I'll have some cannon fodder. And yeah, when they die I can exhaust units. Okay. That's not going to help me on the enemy's turn. But yeah, if I attack with these, that's handy. If I attack with these, might be a good idea as well. But yeah, I want to defend first, because otherwise I'll lose my sanctuaries right away. So I guess they'll still be cannon fodder. Okay, so be it. So I'm going to place it there, and the Acolyte, the Corruptor, comes into play, and that's the enemy's turn, attack phase. So then this activates again, and it's back to me. So I gain 2 crystals. I need to defend against these 2. Possibly not here, because, you know, if I play an Acolyte there on the next turn, I don't know if that's going to be Zealous or not. They do have Zealous cards, so it's risky. but I don't necessarily have to place something here if I want to take the risk. But still, I'm going to play something that can kill, well, they all deal 2 damage, these cheaper cards. So, let's see. And I only need to deal 2 back. Well, it's an eye for an eye in that case. So I think... And no enemy units are exhausted, like I said. It's pretty weird. I could play these 2. And shall I just play this as well, just to be sure? I think I will, just to be safe. So these will cost 1 each. Yeah, I guess that's just something I need to do. Right. Okay, so I've done my summoning phase. Then it's time for my attack phase. This one attacks and destroys this node. So that was a quick node gone already. So then that's the end of my attack phase. There's nothing else that triggers. I activate all exhausted units. I advance the Splendor, so this becomes active. So now I have an active one, and this unit now gains +1 attack. I actually would have liked to have given it 1 extra health, because then it would have survived. But yeah, it's got 1 extra attack, so be it. And then I draw back up to 4. So again, new units, we have seen this one. I've got an Enrage Corruptor, which is an Acolyte that has Reaper and Veil. It's a 2/2 creature. And another 2/2 creature, the Sisterhood Matriarch, comes into play and exhausts all other units on this lane, even when they have Veil. So that's pretty cool. It has Fierce and Zealous, so it can attack right away. That's a pretty good card. Alright, so I've drawn back up. It's time for the enemy. So now the enemy can deploy a card, and this is not Zealous, so it comes into play exhausted. The active units attack, 2 damage, 2 damage. This is destroyed, and I can exhaust any unit when it's destroyed. But since both of these attack simultaneously, they're already basically exhausted, right? I mean, when you attack with a creature, you exhaust it. So there's nothing else to exhaust. That's a bit of a shame. So then this one attacks with 4 damage right now, but I deal 2 damage back, and it also has Reaper. So this is destroyed, but I also kill the Corruptor. So what happens now? This token gets placed on this node. This guy leaves play, and when the Corruptor leaves play, I put a construct into play. Sorry, exhausted. And the other one gains a +1/+1 token. This one comes into play with 1 life token. So there we go. So that was that. And then at the end of its turn, it reactivates all of its units. And back to me, I gain 2 essence. This is my summoning phase first. So again, I have 3 essence crystal, but again, I need to play stuff to defend my sanctuaries. This now attacks for 3 and has 3 life points, and this attacks for 4 with 3 life points. And, well, this lane will give me an extra life point, so I can place a creature with an attack of 2 here. And that will be enough to kill that. Yeah, and it will permanently kill it because it has no more life tokens. This needs to be in the attack spot. So, and I can still get the Judge out. That only deals 1 damage though, but it does have Reaper. But I think I'll just hold on to that a little bit longer. I could place this one here, for example. Well, it comes into play Fierce, but I'll just leave it tapped for now so I know which cards I played. That costs 1. I could play this one here simply as cannon fodder. And this one here. Oh, but this has Reaper. So that would be more efficient because this gets a +1. So this one would deal 3 damage, and which is just enough. And this one would kill that with the Reaper, at least take away that life point. And still hold on to this. So this is 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll do that in this order. So this gets played first, and this gets played, but I don't have any exhausted enemies in this lane, and this gets played. Right, that's basically it for my summoning phase. Now it's time for my attack phase. Let's see, do I want to attack with this? Not really, because they will kill each other. On the other hand, does this still have a purpose? Not really, because there's nothing to attack here. And this would also kill this one. So I could hold on to it and simply wait until something stronger comes along that this one can't handle, and just let that one commit suicide on this one. I think I'll do that. Just keep this one here. Although if I kill it, then the corruptor will come back into play. And the corruptor will then attack this one, and that will deal, again, fatal damage to the corruptor. Speeding that up a bit, so that might also be a good idea. And then if I attack with this, that will, well, it gets +1, so it would kill it, but also I kind of like to just let that happen and keep this to attack further, because when this is destroyed, the spot's empty, and I can attack, unless, you know, I have to play an Acolyte there. So there's a lot of things to consider here. This is a very puzzly game, or which is something I rather like about this game. So, right. The choice is, I think I will not attack with this. Do I exhaust that unit? Exhaust all other units on this lane? Yes, I do, even with Veil. So this is exhausted. That means I can attack with this and take away this life point. Yeah, I think that's correct. And so the question still remains, do I attack with this and destroy this, bring the corruptor into play, or not? And let it kill itself and see what comes, and maybe have a stronger card to deal with that later. I think I will. I'm just going to risk it. I won't be able to play a card, and I'll lose one again, but yeah. So this was my attack phase. Yeah. Nothing else happens there. So I reactivate my units. This gets activated, and this gets activated. So all my sanctuaries are active. So that means also at the end of my turn, which is still going on, I may exhaust any enemy unit in attack position on a lane different from this one. So I will exhaust this one. And also at the end of your turn, you may return any of your units from the battlefield to your hand. Do I want to? So on the next turn, it won't be able to attack here and here. But yeah, these are fine there. I'll just leave those. I could return this one to my hand and play it somewhere else later. But I can also just leave it there and see what happens. I can always do that on the next turn. All right. So now it's the enemy's turn. The enemy cannot deploy any acolytes, so I lose a card. Then all the active units attack, which is only this one, deals 3 damage, but I deal 2 damage back, so they kill each other. All right. So that's what happens there. And then he reactivates all of these, and this one also comes into play from the leaving acolyte and has fear, so it was already active. Okay, so then back to me, I gain 2 crystals. So now, you know, I can attack with this and they will kill each other, but at least this zealous token will just be removed because there's no node here, and it will be gone again. And then a new construct comes into play, and these will get stronger. So if I attack, I kind of want to get rid of a construct. Yeah, I might just, you know, sacrifice this to kill that. So that won't happen, at least. I think that would be a good idea. So this is too expensive for me right now. So I could play this one over there. At the end of your turn, exhaust a unit also. So 1/2 creature with Reaper. 1/3 actually, but that is not strong enough. And this attacks with 4. So if I let that one attack, oh, this has Reaper, yeah, so it will die anyway. But I kind of want to play this one as well. I think I'm holding on to this because that has Reaper, and that could be very crucial later on. So during my summoning phase, I'm not going to do anything. During my attack phase, I'm going to attack with this. There's nothing I can exhaust. Nope, not right now. So this deals 3 damage to the corruptor, and that kills it. So this just goes away. And it deals lethal damage back anyway, so this leaves play. And then I also attack with this. And this is destroyed, by the way. And this deals 2 damage. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, but +1. Yes, because this is active. So I deal 3 damage to this construct, killing it. And it deals 2 damage back. So this is also killed. And so is this. Let me just put that back. And nothing to attack here. So this is all destroyed. This is destroyed. But now, because I also killed this... No, I killed the corruptor. A new construct comes into play where the corruptor was. So that's here. Comes into play exhausted with 2 life tokens on it. Okay. So that is the end of my attack phase. Now I am at the end of my phase. Well, there's nothing to activate. They're all active already. At the end of my turn, I may exhaust an enemy unit in a different lane. So do I want to do that again? And, well, you know, I'm keeping it alive, basically, because of that. So if I just let it attack, it will at least, you know, lose a life point, and this will be dead as well. The question is, do I have enough units to, probably will, to refill this. Because I didn't spend any crystals, I'll get 2 more, so I'll have 4. So yeah, I'll not exhaust this. I'll just let that attack. And at the end of your turn, you may return any of your units from the battlefield to your hand as well. But no, I'm good. So that means I'm just going to draw back up. Another one of these with Reaper. Another one of these that can activate a unit. And this one is new. Gifted Blade Dancer. It's a 1/3 creature with an ongoing ability that says if there are at least 2 exhausted units on the battlefield, this unit gains +2. Interesting. All right. So that's the end of my turn. So now the enemy has its go, and it can deploy a simple 3/4 creature. That's a strong one though. It has 4 health, and this only deals 3, so that could be problematic. So now I'm letting this one attack. Deals 4 damage, deals 2 damage back. Reaper, so this life token gets removed, and this gets destroyed. There we go. Activates all its units. And it's back to me. I gain 2 crystals. So now I have to beware, because this will destroy this, and I won't be able to kill it back. Let's see. I can again play one of these there with the Reaper ability. I do need to protect my sanctuary from that one. So let's see. It's just a 2/2 creature. So sacrificing this would be a shame because of the Reaper. So this would probably be a good idea to put that here. And then put this one. You know, if I defend with this, then the attacker will get exhausted and this will gain +2 attack. So it will be able to kill it and survive. So I'm going to play this here. So this will cost 1, this will cost 1. Let's see. Or do I put this here and put this here, or anywhere basically, but I'm gonna put it in defense and activate this so that I can attack and kill that one and leave an empty spot for a new acolyte so I don't lose a card. This will be cannon fodder though, because it's very weak. But maybe, you know, if I'm lucky, there will be a weak acolyte at the other side as well. But I could also now play this instead of one of those. And that would gain me some crystals back. So if I don't play this right now, but I play that one, then I gain 1 crystal for each, oh no, each enemy exhausted on the battlefield. Yeah, that won't work. So do I attack that construct? If I place this one here, it'll just be a 3/2 attack. And yeah, no, I'm just holding on to this. I'll probably play this and activate that one. I do have 2 left for perhaps my judge. And do I want to play it somewhere here, perhaps? I don't know. I think it's better suited in a defense position because it, you know, it can take. It could take that one. You know what? I might want to play this here and play this here because this only deals 2 damage, which it can take, and it has Reaper. So that would effectively kill this time and time again. At least if it doesn't get too strong to kill the judge. And this one, do I want to place it there? And if I play this last, if there are at least 2 exhausted units on the battlefield, this unit gains 2 in attack, which would be enough to kill that acolyte. But then I'd have to activate this one instead of that one. And then the corruptor comes back into play. But this one can take the corruptor. Yeah, I might do that. And then at the end of the turn, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna play this one first. And I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna play this one. Oh, but then activate, yeah, I have to play this one first. So this is not yet in play. I play this one first. If there are at least 2 exhausted units on the battlefield, there are. This unit gains +2. So this is now a 3/3 attacker. Oh, that's still not enough. Oh, well, yes, with this is 4. Then I play this and I activate this. Okay, I hope I puzzled that correctly. Okay, so that was my summoning phase. So next is my attack phase. This one attacks for 2 +2, because, you know, there's plenty of exhausted units. And that deals 4 damage to this one, and that deals 3 damage back. So it is killed, but, you know, at least both of them are gone. And that's all I can attack with. An acolyte left play, the corruptor comes back and has 2 health, so yeah, that's good. This comes into play exhausted because it doesn't have its zealous attribute anymore. And then that's it basically. So this comes into play and that's the end of my attack phase. So then it's the end of my turn. So I can activate all my exhausted units. These trigger, or at least these 2 do. At the end of your turn, you may exhaust any enemy unit in attack position on a lane different from this one. Oh, but that's, I think I made a mistake earlier because I think I exhausted a construct once, and this is a ability. And because these have a veil, I cannot target them with an ability. So I may have made one mistake there. I hope you'll forgive me that. There's no way to turn that back now. So yeah. So I can't exhaust it. That is bad. That's a shame. I really wish I could do that. But I can return a unit from the battlefield to my hand. But do I want to? I don't think so. No. So that's the end of my turn. I draw back up. So what do I get? This is new. This is a free acolyte with 0 attack, 1 health. And at the end of your turn, you may deal 1 damage to any sanctuary. Oh, there are no sanctuaries. These are nodes. So that's pretty useless. This is going to be cannon fodder. We know this one. This one is a 3/2 fierce. We've seen that at the start of the game, and this one we have seen as well. All right. Okay. Enemy's turn. Cannot deploy a acolyte, so I lose a card. Active units attack. So this attacks for 2. I can handle that. I deal 1 damage with Reaper back, so this loses a life token. And then this attacks for 4 damage. This is killed. I deal 1 damage back. It can easily handle that. So this is simply destroyed, and that is all. And then at the end of its turn, it reactivates everything. And that's that. So I now have all veiled constructs and the corruptor in play. So I gain 2 essence on my turn. I can summon things. So I'll probably just put this here, right, for as cannon fodder. And then I've only got 2, so I can't play this one. So I could play this here. And then I could play these 2. Let's see. But do I want to? I don't need to put anything in attack position here, basically, because this will keep on killing itself. Unless I destroy the corruptor, then this gets stronger, and then my champion is gone. Now, none of my characters right now have Zealous, so I cannot attack the corruptor, which is a shame. But I can still play this here, because after the corruptor attacks, it gets killed. And then on my turn, I could attack the node. So I'm going to play this one here for 1 crystal. So do I want to keep this? Yeah, I don't need to play these. I can, I could play this here instead of that, but is that handy? No, not at all. That doesn't make any difference. And I can also always discard a card and place a new one on top. That's also something you can always do, but I don't want to. So that's it for my summoning phase. This is paid. So during my attack phase, I can attack with this. Oh, I can actually, yes. And destroy that with my Reaper. And I will. This is attacking. Deals 2 damage with Reaper, deals 3 damage back. The Basher is gone. And this is gone. So that was the attack phase. That's pretty okay. So then I activate my exhausted units. I had Flaunt Splendor, they're already at max. I can discard cards, I'm not gonna. I draw back up and I trigger the end of game. Well, this is also new. I'll look at that in a bit. But I trigger these, so at the end of your turn you may exhaust an enemy unit. I can't target these. And I may return any of my units to my hand, which I'm not going to do. Nope. And then I drew a Mind Poisoner, which is a 0/3 creature. It costs 1. If I put it in play, I can exhaust any units. But also, this is also an ability which can target those. And it also happens when it gets destroyed. Well, so I can use that versus Unveiled Acolytes, basically. Enemy's turn, it can deploy an Acolyte. This is fierce. Oh no. It's a 1/1 creature. Well, okay. Doesn't even get that 1 damage back. That is such a shame. So, yeah. Just my luck. So, okay. It is summoned. Now all the units attack. This again just costs a life point for that construct. Deals 2 damage. I can have it. And this attacks for 3, which kills this one, but I deal 3 damage back. And this is also destroyed. So this token now goes to this node, which is, you know, not a very good ability to have there. And that leaves play. And this will simply deal 2 damage to this, killing it, and it deals 0 damage back. So this is still alive. The corruptor left play, so the final construct comes into play, and this construct gets a +1 token. So now it will kill the judge of the Antar, but it will also die. So that's okay. I could actually bring it back to my hand at the end of my turn and put something else here that could possibly kill this if I deal 3 damage. Who knows? I could, you know, I could play this there. But that's for later. So it attacked, and then it activates all its units. So I did everything right. I put, oh yeah, this needs life tokens. That's just a 1. All right. And then these get activated. And now it's my turn. I gain 2 crystals. Summoning phase. Let's see. So do I... Let's see. That will attack. I need to do this. Just 1 damage. And this can take 3. And this deals 2. So if I play this here, it will successfully defend and kill that. Right, am I correct? And it will even do 3 damage, because when these attack, they're all going to be exhausted, and this gains +2. But that doesn't really matter. But this is a good defender, so I will play that here, I think. Do I want to put something in offense position? Let's see. I could exhaust that one. I could exhaust it with this even. But, you know, if I attack with this, it doesn't deal any damage. And I don't know 100% sure if the node will get destroyed then. I'm assuming not. Basically, it says if you attack an undefended node, it is destroyed. But since these deal 0 damage at all, that's probably not some. This is a defender. So I'll keep my crystals, and yeah, I'll stop there. Do I want to attack? 3 damage, because this now has Reaper. I'll deal 3 damage to it and I'll remove this, but I will also be killed. And on the next turn, it will attack and take another 3 damage. I will. So this attacks, deals 3 damage. This gets removed. But since it has Reaper now and deals enough damage anyway, this gets destroyed. End of my turn. Oh, this was paid, of course. End of my turn, I activate all my units. I can exhaust an enemy unit. Do I want to exhaust this? No, I actually want to have this attack because it only deals 2 damage because of this. And he can take it, and I will kill it. And that will leave a spot to put something new, but to put the corruptor, which is good because I do need to kill it. So I think I won't use this ability. And again, I cannot target these because they have fail. I'm still not sure when this triggers. So maybe Tabula Games can put something in the comments below this video. Help me with that. And at the end of your turn, you may exhaust an enemy unit. Yeah, I've already discovered that I don't want to do that. And at the end of your turn, you may return one of my units to my hand. And I don't want to do that either. So that's the end of my turn. I draw back up. Oh, I get a ritual. And this ritual activates any unit for free. Okay, that might be useful to do an attack. So that's the end of my turn. I cannot deploy anything, so I do lose a card. All the active units attack. 3 damage, which will kill my judge. Yeah, and I did not want to take it back into my hand. It's basically done its job. I mean, I could have, but then this would have taken 3 damage, which it can take. It's got 4, but let's just go with this. 3 damage, I deal 1 damage back with Reaper, so this is destroyed. And this is destroyed as well. There goes my champion. This deals 3 lethal damage, and I deal 3 damage back, so this is also destroyed, but so is this. Construct destroyed, nothing happens. And the Acolyte attacks, and again, like we've seen, this guy kills this and survives. So the Acolyte is also gone, which brings back the Corruptor with a +1 ability. But its final life, basically, if I kill it now, is gone. And it comes into play exhausted. Right. But at the end of its turn, it activates all its units. Yeah, because that came into play during the attack phase. Right, back to me. I gain 2 crystals. See, so now I want to attack this node. Let's see. And this activates any unit. So I could, and since these, these get 1 damage from this. So I could now actually play this here and play the stronger one over there and attack with it. This might turn out to be a very good turn. But on my next turn, something will be played here, but it's probably going to be exhausted. I've already seen a couple of these pass, so I don't know how many are in there. So I could play this one here for 3, finally. Play this one here for 1. Then that's my summoning phase. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. That's my summoning phase. Then I play this to activate this unit during my summoning phase. This goes away. So that ends. My attack phase starts. This unit has +1. So I will attack with this and destroy this node. Okay. So that's good. This cannot attack. It was exhausted. And at the end of my turn, I reactivate all my units. I could have, this costs 1 crystal, which I do not have anymore. So then I can return something to my hand. I could actually return this one to my hand. So that I don't have to draw that many cards, because I'm almost at the end. I cannot exhaust that one, because it still has Veil. And at the end of the turn, yeah, I think I will. I'm going to return this to my hand with this ability and draw 2 more. Oh, I get one of these again. And another ritual, Overwhelm, exhaust any unit. Well, again, I need to be able to target it. So then, this one can play 2 of these. And they're both exhausted. They do not have Zealous, which is good. This attacks, deals 4 damage to this guy who dies. I deal 1 damage back, which is not enough. But this will just have defended my sanctuary. And that is the end of the enemy turn. I reactivate everything. Back to me. I get 2 crystals. Let's see. I can exhaust both of these. I just need to kill the Corruptor, which I can with this. And I also need to attack that. So basically, I need to put something in attack there. But I can exhaust units. So I'm going to play this here and this here for these 2 crystals. And I can exhaust these because they do not have Veil. So I'm going to exhaust this. And I'm going to exhaust this. That's it. I can activate something, but I don't need to. I'm paying these. That was the end of my summoning phase. Let me think. Do I want to attack with this? Yes, I do, because I've got nothing in defense. So this attacks, deals 3 damage, deals 3 damage back. So they kill each other, but this is now destroyed. And there are no more constructs, so when this leaves play, no new constructs get into play, and nothing gets a +1 token, unless I've made a mistake somewhere, but I think we're still good. So that is the end of my attack phase. I reactivate these. I draw 2 cards. Oh, those are my last cards, so it's good that I took one of those back last turn, or otherwise I would have had to draw another card now, and that meant if I can't, I need to destroy one of my sanctuaries. So let's see. That was the end of my turn. It's the enemy's turn. The enemy can deploy a card. This has Zealous. Deals 2 damage though, so this attacks for 2 damage, 1, 2, and I can just survive that. And then at the end of its turn, everything activates. It's down to the last round again. And that happens consistently. It's very, very tight. Out of cards, and then I need to finish it off in normal mode. So I only have rituals. Oh gosh, I have nothing to play to attack. That is horrible. This could end badly. I've got nothing to play. Oh, I do get 2 crystals at the start of my turn. So do I want to... Well, I can exhaust units. A unit, 2 units. And I will... Let's see. This does get 1 damage. Oh, this has 3. And Reaper. This will attack for 2. Oh, I can take 2. So I'll exhaust this one and this one with 2 rituals. There we go. Oh god, this is bad, because now, at the end of my turn, I still have to draw cards. Yeah, so I cannot attack. I activate all units, and yeah, I have to draw back, and I have to draw 2 cards. Bugger. No, actually, at the end of my turn, I can return units from the battlefield to my hand. So if I take these 2 back, I don't have to draw any cards at the end of my turn. But then this would attack, but I can't take 2 damage on this sanctuary. I mean, I think that's the otherwise it would be gone. So I'm gonna have to use this ability to return all my units to my hand, so I don't have to draw anything. Wow. Enemy's turn. Oh, God. The enemy's turn, I cannot deploy anything, so I do need to draw a card, which I can, so now something does get destroyed. I think I'll just destroy this, because this is almost gone anyway. Yeah. And then this one attacks, deals 2 damage, 1, 2. And it activates all its units. Well, I think I'm done for. I don't have any... Well, I have these 2 acolytes. Yes, I do. But this doesn't do any damage. Will I be able to win? No. So, yeah, that's my turn. I get 2 crystals. I think this is a hopeless situation. I can play 1 here again, because it can take that one for 1 crystal. And then I'd have to place this one here. These 2 exhaust units, so I'm paying that. I'm exhausting... Wait a second. Yeah, I mean, I can exhaust this, and I can exhaust this. So the question still remains, you know, I can activate this unit with this card. Deal X damage to any unit where X is equal to the number of exhausted units on the battlefield. That's not a unit. So let's see. I can exhausted units 1, 2, 3. So I deal 3 damage to this, I guess. Destroy that. I wish I could target the node, but I can't. There's nothing that can target a node. And then I can attack with this, but this deals 0 damage. So Tabula Games, help me out here. Does this attack, even though it does 0 damage, destroy this node? Because if it does, I've won, hopefully. And well, I might have made a mistake and lost anyway somewhere along the way. But if it doesn't, because it doesn't deal any damage, then I'm done. I'm lost. I've lost because now I need to draw cards. And even if I take these two, I couldn't anymore, so then I need to destroy all my sanctuaries, and that's it. That's game over. So, well, this was my second playthrough of Sanctuary, The Keeper's Era by Tabula Games against the enemy AI. I probably still lost. I think I did. But it was close. Again, it was very close. And if you'd like to check out the Kickstarter, again, link is in the description, or click the I also for the other playthrough and my review of the 1 versus 1 portion of the game with the rules explanation. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thanks to Tabula Games for sending me this prototype to review. And I'll see you all next time on Board Game Heaven.